thinking about the residents that are listening in, very hot market, lots of opportunities. We do surveys, and our surveys indicate that last year residents are getting anywhere between 20 and 50 job offers. What would be your advice to residents right now going out into the market? They're coming up to the holidays. They're going to start making their decisions. What would you tell them?
Well, I would say I would say try to define a situation where you can be mentored, whether that's going to be and meet the people. Obviously, you're going to go on interviews, whether it's going to be a small group practice or a medium-sized group practice, a hospital-based practice or an outpatient practice. You want to meet the people, and you want to get a sense that you fit in and that you can learn. And how do you learn? You learn. It's been said by the other Dr. Wakim and Dr. Carter. The mentorship in your first few years, I'd say maybe even up to 5 years, but certainly the first 2 or 3 years, the mentorship opportunities are of utmost importance. So whatever you choose to pursue, make sure that you meet people that you're going to be working with. Make sure that you're comfortable with those people, and try to get a sense of whether you can learn from these people, because there's a lot to learn after your residency. Some of it is technical, but a lot of it is just real life stuff. So meet the people and get a sense. You have to feel comfortable in whatever setting you're going to be working in. You have to feel comfortable with your colleagues, with the people you're working with. That's what I would. That would be my advice. Yes.
Thank you, Dr. Krugli. Dr. Wakim, question to you. What would be your advice, your words of wisdom to residents as they get ready to enter their first move?
Yeah, just echoing what Dr. Krugli said. Fit is important, right? It isn't work if you enjoy what you do, sort of thing. So making sure that the team and the opportunity matches what your desires are. Obviously, there's a financial component to this. As Dr. Carter mentioned earlier, there's a component of like personality and fit and what makes sense, like work-life balance. So one thing I can tell you is it doesn't matter how much money you make if you don't like who you're working with, or you don't find the job enjoyable, or again the job is a direct clash with your personality type. Then you won't be in it long. I think Dr. Carter also had mentioned what we do is tough. We shoulder a lot of information from patients. Our job is not easy, and so we have a high burnout rate. And we treat very complicated people in the inpatient setting, but we treat complicated people in the outpatient setting. We get some horrific stories that we hear. So, I think it's really important that you think about work-life balance. You think about personality fit. You think about the financial component, but what that means for the longevity of your career and what really excites you. Because again, if you love what you do and you're truly excited by it, and it doesn't feel like work, you will ultimately be very successful, and people will come from everywhere to see you, or come from everywhere to be part of what it is you've built. So, I can't understate how important that fit and, the balance can be.
Thank you, Dr. Wakim. And Dr. Carter, lastly, I'm sure you give advice to your residents. Could you please give those same words of wisdom or others to our greater audience?
I reiterate everything that's been said, but I'm going to take it to kind of a different point too, is to remember that as a physician in the room, you are a leader. Title, no title, what you do is being seen by students, by other disciplines, by your patients, by everyone. And kindness matters. Can't tell you the number of people and meetings I have on a daily basis of physicians who are inappropriate and unprofessional. is to recognize that it's a privilege to do what we do. And it's so, so, so important to be kind and compassionate, to include and build up. Everybody probably on this call was a student or has felt in over their head and doesn't know what's going on. Medicine is still a ladder or a totem pole. You may be in the middle, bottom, top of that totem pole, but you should be looking up and below to bring people with you or to keep scaling up. And it's a relatively easy thing to do, even when you feel like you're lost and don't know and trying to learn and figure things out yourself. Kindness and just empathy and leadership are vital and will make all the difference of continuing your career in a positive way.